All right.
Yeah, I'm here.
You're here?
I'm tuned in.
You're tuned in?
Yes.
You ready?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Are we recording?
Yeah.
Wow.
Welcome to A Great Depression, a podcast for every mall rat, JanSport, backpack emo kid struggling with the boredoms of everyday adult life. Pat,
Yes.
it's time to hit the music.
What do you got?
So, Pat Bruner's here.
Yep.
Welcome.
Yeah. Josh is here too.
I'm here. Pat, just briefly, Bankrupt Bodega. No, I said that wrong.
No, that's right.
I said it right.
Yeah.
Because I always fuck that or what's the other word that's kind of like bodega? I always say instead, and then someone's like, "No, it's bodega. You're an idiot." And I'm like, "Well, you know,
I don't know, man.
shit happens." But you recently opened up a shop in Bloomfield, and we kind of like hit it off, just chatting on opening weekend, and I was like, "Come on the pod," and here we are.
Yep. Excited to be here, man.
Fucking
Thank you.
rights.
Thank you. I love doing this. This is my fourth one, I think.
Yeah. Who else have
yeah.
you been on?
It's been a while since the last one.
Okay.
I've been on Sykes. I seen you were just with him.
Yeah, my guy.
I've been on this dude Kevin who goes to Duquesne. Fuck, the name is escaping me. And then I'll call you right back.
Oh yeah, Chad's the man.
Chad's the man.
Yeah, Strawberry Cuz.
Yes.
He's a great dude. We did a golfing video with him last year.
I could see you guys getting along.
Oh yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
He's a super cool dude. Yeah. So I just kind of like don't have any agenda for the conversation. Generally these run about like an hour. And at the end I have some photos for you that I want you to see, and we're going to kind of like break them down and laugh about them.
Okay.
But I guess just let's drop it first. What is Bankrupt Bodega?
Bankrupt Bodega is a clothing brand I started 3 years ago, November 2018, and started as a clothing brand. And now it's kind of evolved into a bunch of things.
Yeah.
Including a film lab, which I opened last year. We
Nice.
also have in the space a gallery.
Yeah. Is
with-
that all your work in the gallery, or is it other people as well?
right now it's all my work, yeah.
Very cool.
All the window frames, all the clothes, everything is all mine. But I'm working on a couple different shows featuring like different photographers. Hopefully it will happen throughout the summer. So,
Awesome.
But yeah, it started as a clothing brand. It was just kind of this idea I had always loved clothes. I had always shot photos and was always wanted to kind of own my own business. So I kind of just put all those things together and then started making clothes. As Bankrupt Bodega, before I had a brand called Vernacular in college with my buddy Pete. So that was kind of like set the tone for everything, and we learned a lot like from that. And then Pete moved away to New York, and it kind of fizzled out.
And created Supreme.
Yes.
No.
Yes. I have Supreme stock, actually.
Nice.
I don't.
That would have been awesome. So what, like, tell the people about it, because like I think there's a million places that do vintage, like Shop Monarch, Zeds are big ones that we talk about all the time on this podcast.
I love those dudes too.
But like what you're doing is a little bit of a spin on that, and I really like the idea behind it.
Yeah, so my store isn't just like traditional like vintage, like, vintage flipping or even like hype wear, sneakers. We don't do any of that. What I do is like find like just nice pieces, but like it doesn't have to be anything fancy. I love like LL Bean and like Woolrich, shit like that.
Yeah.
And I will. Well, I should connect this to the photography.
Sure.
So I wanted to find a creative way to put my photos onto random shit. And so I started printing these photo patches. And then I taught myself how to sew so that I could put them onto anything. So come back to the vintage clothes. I'll thrift a bunch of stuff. Zeds hooks me up all the time with a bunch of pieces. B-Sides is another store I go to a lot. And then I'll stitch these photo patches into the various vintage pieces. And it makes something kind of unique. Really unique, actually. And I'll like pair the photos really well, you know, with like the colors or the different fabrics or whatever it may be. Yeah.
And then you also have like the built-in line, like I'm wearing and you got on now.
Yeah, and then because what it is like, with the vintage pieces, like they're all 101s, and the sizing can be crazy. So what happens is a lot of times somebody likes a piece, but it doesn't fit them. So I started replicating that idea just on like blank hoodies and t-shirts and stuff, so I could offer size runs. And then beyond that, we do like tees, like the logo patch tee, and like we have like the shop tee.
Yeah.
So like it's good because it offers also like a variety of pricing, because the 101s can be a bit pricier. And then the t-shirts, even though they're just as cool, are a bit, you know, less expensive. And then down to like we have $20 shirts. And then like recently, man, I've started just like throwing random t-shirts out onto the rack that I like. So I guess I do sell a little bit of vintage, but nothing crazy.
The straight line that's not the vintage, but with just the Bankrupt Bodega patch on it, is becoming like an unofficial like uniform at Thoughts from the Bench. Like Boyd has one, Deke has one, I have one. Everybody's like, "Where'd you guys get this shit?" Like, I mean, it's that and the voodoo hat, which you're drinking, the lactic cooler
this is
right
delicious,
now.
by the way.
Thank you, Tom Ness.
Thanks, Tom. Cheers.
Tom Ness is a fucking dude. He's like the creator of all the artwork for.
Oh, cool.
For
yeah,
voodoo.
this is crazy. And I mean, obviously, caught my eye real quick.
He's a dude too that's like conceptually has like, it's not just a cool drawing, like it all has a universe and a story, and like you could ask him about it. It's really neat. He's a good dude.
I love that. Yeah, the resurgence of like, not even the resurgence, but like this whole like renaissance of like craft brewery beer cans art is crazy. Like, you've been to Liberty Beer. I'll just like spend an hour in there like looking at cans, especially against a far wall. Yeah,
over there.
exactly. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh man,
it's crazy.
It's so cool.
But yeah, I like that a lot.
You can actually go to Pat's store, Bankrupt Bodega, and buy a camera, which is super cool.
You can, yeah. So I what I meant there is I have a bunch of cameras that like are similar, like old Polaroids and shit like that, that I don't really know too much about. They don't work as far as I know. And then I also have a variety of cameras like geared towards beginners that are all tested and like work, and I can tell you like some info on them and like get you set up to use them. So that's cool. It's really cool because a lot of like people are coming in and they're like beginners and they're just like curious and want to know, and like they don't even know where to start with the cameras. Yeah. So it's cool to be able, and I have like a wide variety of options. So it's cool to be able to like get people into film, honestly.
You also have one of the fastest turnaround film times out of anybody.
Yeah, I just that just comes with like my work ethic, I think. Yeah. I just like don't do anything but work ever.
What so obviously like I can vibe with that because we do this, which is a 60-hour a week job on its own, let alone our full-time jobs. So when was that time where you were like able to like finally go like, okay, this isn't a hobby anymore, like I'm gonna take the jump?
Yeah, that was pretty nuts. So I mean, I guess I should start like when I started the brand, I was working at Uber. Corporate Uber.
Oh wow.
I worked on the driverless cars.
Oh
autonomous
shit.
Vehicles. Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I designed maps that basically control the driverless cars.
What?
I did that for 3 years. Yeah.
That's fucking wicked.
Yeah, it was cool. It started out cool. It was like really kind of like a little tech startup.
Yeah.
And then it like became really corporate over the years. And then around the pandy, they like laid everyone off and then like sold the company. It's a whole shit show. But
did you just call the pandemic the pandy?
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
The pandy.
Okay. The pandy. The cocoa. The cocoa caused the pandy.
Yeah, that's my new term for it. But I think I stole that from Theo Vaughn, actually.
Okay.
If I'm to be honest. But yeah, so that was cool. I learned a lot there, met a lot of good connections. And then they laid everyone off. It was really kind of scary at the time because I was like, holy shit, like, what am I going to do now? And I got laid off actually a couple months before March, when like everything shut down. So, and then March came, they like laid the rest of everyone, like my department, off. But I'm really thankful for that time because I was able to like save some money leading up to like opening the store. Anyway, so yeah, after Uber, I worked at Flower City, the print shop that was in Bloomfield.
They did our first set of stickers ever.
Yeah, they do good work. Now called PGH Print Ship, by the way. But so I was doing that, and I was like, man, like, what am I gonna do? I know in the back of my head, I always wanted to open a store, and I already had the brand. And then when I decided to really take it full on was when I came up with the Film Lab idea, because I really felt like it would be hard to like open a store and pay all my rent and bills and shit and save money just off of like clothing money. So that started to like bring in a little money. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna send it. And then I was looking for a space, and I love the storefront that I have.
Yeah.
It was just vacant. There was no like for rent sign or anything, so I like tracked the owners down on like the Allegheny County Property Assessment website.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Real
dude,
digging.
I was digging like, and that's like
National
the
treasure
one
shit.
lead that came through. Like I was all over the place with it, trying to track these people down. So I just started spamming them. They stay out in Fox Chapel, so I just started spamming like letters, like physical letters to their house, asking if I could rent the space. And like 3 or 4 months went by, like I had totally given up. And then they, it's so crazy, dude. The day I quit, my last day at Flower City was the day they emailed me and said I could have the space.
Oh wow!
Whoa, isn't that trippy?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I was like, dude, it's meant to be.
Destiny.
I'm gonna go for it.
That's fucking so cool.
Yeah.
And how long did it take to like? I know you renovated, painted, did a bunch of stuff in there.
Yeah, so we basically gutted the whole place, everything except the walls, pretty much. That started. I got the key December 1st, and I think the renovation took about a month. Like everything except like the letters on the front and shit like that. But like the bare bones renovation took probably a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
And if you go into Bankrupt Bodega, you can meet a dog.
You can. My dog's there a lot. Yeah, her name's Reba. Did you meet her?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's there a lot. She hasn't been coming though, because I like to keep the doors open now,
Right.
like to encourage people to come in and out.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks. I miss her.
I used to be able to bring my pug Brody to my ad agency job, and then when I had to go to like a real big boy job, it was like crushing not being able to take my dog to work every day.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Yeah,
not having
you
it.
could bring dogs to Uber. It was awesome. There was
That's
dogs
cool.
everywhere.
That's really cool.
Everyone had dogs. It
That's
was
really
awesome.
cool. My question for you about clothes is, I think all of us who have this weird obsession with clothes and now a growing. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I have like my uniforms. Like this is definitely an AGD uniform. And then like when I'm on 2 beers deep, like I have my collection of vintage like sports memorabilia that I'll pull out and like that kind of stuff. What were 2 pieces from your childhood that like you're chasing now that you're like, oh, I just want something that made me feel like that?
I
can go if you're 2 on the spot. I can jump in.
No, I got them. I just
Okay.
Actually, yeah, you go first.
Okay.
I have a bunch, so I'm trying to narrow it down.
Right?
To be
Narrow
honest.
it down. Oh, I mean, we can rattle them off too.
Yeah. All right. Starting off with the flame beanie. You know what I'm talking about? It was
The
this
flame beanie.
Yes, this is like.
Hang on. Let me.
Or they used to do like button downs with it as well. It would just be like
Flame
it would just be
beanie.
flames. That was like a classic like 8th grade skater kid look.
Flame beanie.
And then beyond that, yeah,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
just like that. That's
Yeah,
like
these are yes.
That's like
Those are awesome.
That's the first thing you saw on Hot
Yes.
Topic. You know what I mean?
Yes. Okay. Just the black beanie with the red flame and the yellow outline.
Yeah.
How many times did you try to draw this exact flame on a
nonstop.
notebook or something?
Nonstop.
Right.
That and the S as well.
The S. The S I never got and wasn't that into.
Yeah.
I drew mushrooms on all my shit.
Wow.
Not because I didn't even do drugs till I was 26. So like I just liked the shape of the mushroom.
Yeah.
And it was like on this Incubus shirt that I had. So I just kept drawing it and drawing it and drawing it. And then like I'd be like, oh, you know what else is like cool, like curvature lines and shit is the flame thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'd light the mushrooms on fire. Like I draw and then
Dude,
like
I was the same way. Like the bottom of all my notebooks just had flames coming up.
But I'll never forget like my health teacher like was like, hey man, like I know because like I played hockey and shit and like we had passed drug tests and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like he was like, I know you're not doing anything, but like some people might see this and think otherwise. He's like, I wouldn't draw this shit in your notebook for school.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, fine.
Yeah. You're like 8th grade, like
Right.
obsessed with mushrooms.
Yeah. Weirdly.
You microdose every day. In 8th
Right?
grade.
Wouldn't that be Actually, school microdosing might have been pretty cool. Made it more interesting.
In grade school?
I would say.
I guess just in any class.
Well, because like
I've definitely been lit in a college course before.
Oh, I've been drunk in college.
Easy.
Blasted.
Yeah. I don't know about psychedelics though.
But like think about learning
about
about Genghis Khan, like high as fuck, and like then the teacher goes, and 75% of Europe has his DNA.
Yeah, you're just like what?
Don't fuck with me.
What?
What's some other pieces?
Yeah. Other pieces. Man, I hate it, but I love it. That the Young and Reckless joint with the with like the sideways guns. It was like an all over print. Sideways guns. Just put that in, dude. It's a classic. Oh wow! I can't believe it was like.
It's not coming up.
Just put in Young and Reckless gun tee.
Okay, gun tee. That's it.
You don't remember those?
Vaguely. I had
that was like a hot piece, dude.
That's I like that, and that's like way before its time with like the green and that khaki color.
Yeah,
I love that.
I'm not like big on the graphic. I love all over prints, but like more so like the idea that like a t-shirt can be that hype.
Right. I had
and like it's just sell in the mall like crazy.
Mine was white.
Like I'm trying to tap into that eventually.
Right. Mine was white with the Avenged Sevenfold Bat logo like that, just all over print. Like,
nice.
That was like a brutal.
I had an Andy Warhol. It was similar to that, but it had like he has like the knife drawing. It had like knives all across it.
Oh, that's
tight.
Cool. That's cool. One of my big ones.
Yeah, you got it.
White Hot Topic Pokemon all over print hoodie. Boom.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't this one.
Oh, I think I know the one you're talking about. I think
it was a zip up.
I think Sean was wearing that recently.
There it is. I owned this. Wore it out.
Yeah,
I would do anything to get it back.
Yeah, that I mean, have you checked eBay?
I mean,
probably full selling it for like a stack.
Concerned about.
Whatever.
I'm even gonna just look at see what this is that comes up. Wanted. Oh no, this guy also wants it back.
Wow, dude, you're not the only one. There's probably a whole Reddit thread of people.
Dude,
like...
yeah, absolutely. And then the I don't know. Let's see if I can even pull it up. Penguins pull over puff was like, this thing was the fucking shit. I don't think vintage.
Oh yeah, dude, you could get that at Dick's Sporting Goods right now.
Yeah, vintage.
I love like vintage.
Yeah, like
vintage Steelers, like windbreakers.
Like
Penguins.
one of these.
Yeah,
one of these
dude.
bad boys. I think this one was mine actually with the yellow. But like these, I have Shop Monarch is on a never-ending mission to find me. Oh, there it is. That was
that
this
specific one.
Yeah. But like it was clearly for children.
Yeah.
So like finding adult sizes has been tough for him. but yeah, man. No,
I absolutely love those, dude. Like the all the windbreakers and stuff.
Yeah. So,
I have a bunch. I probably have like 6 different ones.
yeah.
Yeah. No,
What
like puffer
teams?
jackets, but just Penguins and Steelers.
But just Penguins, all
Yeah,
all
just
Pittsburgh.
crazy like patches, like Penguins patches and shit everywhere. I love them.
What so what drew you to photography? Is that like what you went to school for, like, or is it just a side thing? Like,
Dude, you know, this
that?
question can get deep for sure.
Fucking go.
I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Just on a base level, I was just like, it's an easy form of art, and I was just naturally good at it. I'm a very visual person, based off of like visual memories and like compositions. So I mean, and I could never draw. So and cameras were just always around my house. I still have like all my parents and grandparents' cameras. So yeah, I just started using them, and then they would give me cameras or give me cameras for Christmas, and then I started buying my own cameras, and then I just like got obsessed. But deeper than that, I think, man, I'm like really attached to memories and like being able to relive things. Which is a blessing and a downfall, I think, because I get caught up in that shit a lot. But like, I just love like looking at old photographs that I've shot and like trying like remembering people or remembering moments. I don't know. It's just really personal for me. And
dive deeper into that. I love that.
You wouldn't notice it in my work because a lot of my work that I share is like buildings and shit and like artsy or whatever. But like where it's really at for me is like capturing moments and being able to go back and relive them.
Yeah.
Yeah, just I don't know what it is about me, but I'm just like really kind of stuck in the past a lot of the time. And it helps to be able to go back and look through it. Sometimes it does not help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you know how an iPhone will like sometimes it'll pull up a photo and you're worst. You know what I mean? And it's always some shit I don't want to see.
Yeah, right now.
It ruins my fucking day every time. I'm like, oh, I did not want to see that memory. So
yeah,
that's what I mean by it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah. So how much like there's so many directions I want to go down off of that because I feel that way as well. That like when I capture an image, I don't want anybody looking at me when I'm capturing it. Like I like to capture it from like the shadows essentially.
Yeah, I've gotten over that.
You've gotten over that? You like being in it?
Yeah. 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 I'll be in your face.
Cool.
If I need to.
Right.
But I feel you. There's times like where I'll stay back and stuff, but yeah, recently I've really liked to get closer.
That's interesting.
Like
Why?
Like shooting people. You get like it's just more intimate, man. It's more like well, what were you talking about like in reference to? Like what shooting what?
So like there was an Apple commercial a few years ago where it's like the really introverted kid and like the parents and the grandparents think that he's not paying attention during like Christmas, right? And because he's always on his iPad or his phone or whatever, right? And then Christmas morning, like it goes through this montage of like dinner and sled riding and all this shit, right? That the family's doing together, and he's kind of in the corner on his iPad or his phone. And then Christmas morning, he comes down, he plugs his iPad in the TV, and he's put together this beautiful video recapping everything. And then you find out through his video, it's the first year without grandma or something. And like it cuts to the grandfather who's just in tears. Like it's like one of the most moving commercials I've ever fucking seen. Most Apple commercials are.
Most are, yeah.
But like when I saw that, like my mom was in tears and she just looked at me and she's like, "That's you."
Yeah.
And that was like
that's awesome.
That's how I feel though. Like I like to almost be like sitting back and hidden from everything.
Yeah.
And then click.
Yeah. I don't mind that. I you know, I feel like as long like I don't have a problem with that. Like I feel like as long as you're shooting photos, however you're comfortable doing it, great. And I can do that too. But yeah, I don't know. I've just like kind of developed my style to get a little bit closer to people.
There is something really intimate though about, hey, I'm gonna take this picture of you. Like getting in somebody's face and being like, hey, this is about to happen to you, and how they respond to it.
Yeah, I think it comes with experience too. Like I've done enough like one-on-one portrait shoots, couple portrait shoots.
Oh, those are the worst.
I love them, man. It's just like comes with a lot of with the personality too. You know what I mean? Like a lot of like a lot of people can take a nice portrait, but can you pull an image or a feeling out of that person.
Right.
Just by the mood that you're giving off or the conversation that you give off, or just like, I don't know how, I guess just the overall vibe.
No. You just did a bunch of roles for me, and I don't know if you'll remember, but on a couple of those roles is a maternity photo shoot. And
those were nice.
Yeah, they were okay.
Well,
I mean, they were okay. Dude. Like, it's my best friend and his wife.
Yeah.
So like, I love them deeply. So I feel like that comes through.
I would agree.
Who's holding the camera? If you're pointing at the thing you love, there's something more that's put into it that you can't explain with f-stops and shutter speeds.
What's tricky though is like offering portraits as a service is like,
right.
How do you replicate that with someone you've never met before?
Do you know Peter Hurley?
No.
Okay, so Peter Hurley's like the guy who took the Steve Jobs like photo where he's got his thumb over his lip.
I don't know that.
Yeah, so
you might have to show me.
Steve Jobs photo. So it's the big this.
Oh, yeah.
Peter Hurley took that.
Okay.
And so it was a really big deal because he walked in and like he had booked this shoot or whatever. He got booked for this big profile guy, and it was supposed to be a book jacket cover or whatever. And he was supposed to have an hour with the guy. And Steve Jobs walks in and he goes, "You got 15 minutes."
Oh, wait. Can you look him up? I think I do know who you're talking about, actually. Yeah.
That's Peter Hurley.
Yeah.
He's got the wild, like, curly hair.
Okay. Yeah. I'm familiar with him just from, like,
the stories.
Like YouTube videos. In particular, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
yep. And he's got his own, like, lighting kit and stuff that you can buy and whatever.
Yeah, that's just like, then you got to let the talent shine. You're like 15 minutes, like, oh, all right, it's on. Like, I work well in that environment, to be honest. So,
but where I was going with that is the photos that came through. There's on the AE one. I just gave it to my buddy who had taken photography classes in high school, but is like an IT consultant. Like, he does nothing with creative in his everyday life, and he loves taking pictures. He's also colorblind, which I think makes for a really interesting, like, I feel like his composure as an amateur is better because of that than some of us who, you see in color and you're trying to capture a color and you may never actually be able to capture it with the camera. Anyway, so I looked through all the photos I took on like the F1, which is supposed to be the better of the two cameras and shit, right? And I think I got some decent ones. And then I went through to see what Mike got. And there's this picture of his wife at the end, and he's like goofing off, and he must have said or did something that made her actually smile. And that's the best photo that was taken in the fucking day, was her smiling at him. Yeah.
I like that you point that out too, because I do that a lot in shoots. Like, I'll have the person like look off to the distance or something, and the whole time they think I'm just getting a different angle, but really I'm just like breaking this kind of ice between them and the lens. So I'll have them look off, and then I'll crack a joke and say, okay, back to the lens. And then they're much looser, probably smiling at that point. And it's just like becomes very natural at that point. So there's like little techniques and things you can do to like unlock those like really personable smiles.
What do you think you love the most about photography? Like, no, hang on. Let me fucking scrap that question altogether. I want to go back to the memories thing.
Yeah, probably probably the ability to like capture memories, most specific moments of time.
I have a collection of photos that I keep on my phone at all times, and they're the ones I have hearted. And they're from spanning years. Some of them I like digitized in and stuff like that. But like, do you see photos and they can immediately like transport you? Like, can you start to smell things and hear things? And what do you think that fucking is?
I think it's just having like a visual memory. I don't know, like being able to like, yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, like being able to be taken back in time just from looking at something, and then from there you're just like, body just like starts to relive it almost.
Right?
It's
really weird.
Yeah, it's something like that, I would say.
It's something cool like that.
That definitely happens though, yeah, for sure.
What are you listening to right now?
What am I listening to?
Yeah.
I've been listening to like a lot of punk music, to be honest.
Yeah,
like,
you're a big punk guy?
I'm not a big punk guy. I'm all over the place, man.
I don't know why I said it like that.
I'm
you're a big
I'm not
punk guy.
I'm not. Hey, I'm a big punk guy. I'm not. I do love punk music. I've been listening to a lot of like just like indie, kind of various types of indie rock.
Name
just
some
like
bands. Rattle them off.
I've been listening a lot to like Chastity Belt's a cool band I've been listening to lately. Let's see who else. I have been on a big Nirvana kick going on like 5 months.
Okay.
Which is awesome. Just like seeing it in a whole new light. Let's see.
What's that light?
It's just like understanding like we're being like the same age now as those dudes were, like.
Oh fuck!
And like
that just fucked my brain.
And like having not listened to it in probably like 10 years or whatever, and then like being able to listen to it now and like understand it a bit more and like understand the angst and like the fucking struggle of that music is awesome. It's so good. Plus the music is just incredible. Like
shit,
those dudes are wildly talented.
And like. Who would have thought that the drummer would go on to be such a big fucking thing, right? And like arguably the coolest dude on the planet.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Nirvana song? Top 5, like if you're Spotify top 5, what are they?
Probably Dive is like a deep cut that I love.
Okay.
Let's see. Drain You would be on there. Smells Like Teen Spirit is just that's not like, it's just in there on principle.
Right? I hate like so
I like a lot of the deep cuts though.
Yeah. But it's like I feel like with a band like Nirvana, you're always forced to show your true fandom, right? You're like, I don't just like heart-shaped box.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
those songs are fucking badass though.
There's a reason why that shit's popular.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Like it might be the best of what they have to offer.
Yeah. They're like the Neil Young of the '90s or something. I don't know. Whoa, hot take.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either, man. That's what I'm saying. If Neil Young was like a bit dirtier and grungier,
but like he would have been if it was the '90s.
Yeah, I mean he had his fair share of drug problems too. Like I'm telling you, he's like a step away from being Kurt, or maybe Kurt's a step away from being Neil. I don't know.
Yeah, if like Kurt's stepdad wouldn't have hit him one more time.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Yeah,
fuck.
But yeah, a lot of Nirvana. What's always like in my rotation, dude? I don't know. Like, somebody recently put me on to 2 Chainz.
Fuck yeah, Titty Boy.
Fucking yeah, my boy John, and then Longwell too. It was talking to me about 2 Chainz, and yeah, I just got into it. I'm like, this is kind of a bop. I just never had any respect for the dude, and I never listened to his music, and I was like, damn, he like got it.
He's lyrically one of the most clever. I mean, like, it's dumb clever. It's cheeky. It's campy. But, like, you know, it's fucking some of the craziest shit.
That's what I mean, though, dude. Like, I'll listen to a Nirvana song and then fucking 2 Chainz and then a 1920s jazz record. Like, all in all in a half an hour. Like, easy.
We're going to have to do an AGD radio with you then.
Okay.
So AGD radio is this thing that we do where it's a old school like radio DJ set list where like you have to intro the song and like talk about it for a minute and then we can play it as long as it's on Spotify. And I've done a couple of them, but they're super fun and like try to do different themed ones and whatever. But like I always have like I'm afraid to do one where I just literally play my top 10 liked songs on Spotify because it's literally like could be a 2 Chainz song, a Nirvana song, then like Trampled by Turtles out of fucking nowhere, then a Dead song.
I'm a big Dead fan also.
Yeah,
I am. Yeah,
fucking
huge huge Fish fan as well. I don't know if you're into Fish either.
So I came to the Dead kind of late in life because my mom always told me that I liked the Dead as a baby. And I was just kind of like, okay, cool, like whatever.
Yeah.
And obviously that episode of Freaks and Geeks with American Beauty is fucking one of the best ones. But I came to Dead like just about during the beginning of the pandemic because I was just looking for some like,
Oh man,
I just need to just zero out music.
Yeah, have you you've deep dived through it all yet, or like?
Not all of it. I'm still very much surface level. Like I haven't done any of the live stuff yet.
Oh, dude, that's where it's at though.
I understand that. I just don't. I'm a guy that likes to know the song before I hear it live, kind of thing. So then I know how it's changed. And so like a lot of the songs that I really love, like Scarlet Begonias, Touch of Grey, they don't really play live.
They don't, and if they do, it's just like pretty much like they don't really jam on them or anything.
No.
So it's not like really part of their like crazy live performance or anything. It's just like they just play those because they're the hits.
What's your favorite Dead live album?
Europe 72 probably.
Okay.
Absolute classic.
Absolute classic.
Absolute classic.
That's awesome. What's your favorite Dead song?
My favorite Dead song is called Dark Star.
Okay.
Do you know Dark Star?
No.
It's like it's a really I'm not even sure if it's on a studio record, but it's like probably their most experimental song. There's only like a handful of lyrics, and then they'll just play for 30 or 40 minutes or 50 minutes. Like, this is it. But see, like this set list will be crazy because they'll play, that's like the intro. They'll play 241, and then if you go down farther, I bet they come back to it. No, they don't. Or maybe it's just in one of those other songs. I think this is
just like I
have this vinyl actually, yeah.
There you go.
Nah, yeah, they'll come back to it. But they'll like tease it throughout all the other songs. It's just like, jam bands are so cool because they do shit like that where it's like little gags.
It's got a lot of organ in it.
It's creepy.
That's pretty cool.
It's creepy. It's really out there.
Note that. And make sure I go.
You gotta listen to the live ones though, and then they'll just like improvise for like however long.
Yeah. So you said Fish.
Yeah.
So went to Bonnaroo.
Yeah. When Fish played.
Yeah, when I was 21.
Yeah.
And.
Oh, okay. So that was a little while ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They just played Bonnaroo recently, but anyway, sorry.
No. So I went a long time ago, and keep in mind, I didn't do drugs till I was 26. So I'm like pretty clean. Like I drink, but I'm not like, would never think of touching weed.
Yeah.
So like I'm there to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's like the band that I wanted to see. And my girlfriend, who became my wife, got really high the day of the Fish show. Or no, I'm sorry. She got sick the day of the Fish show. She had eaten something and she felt sick or whatever. So we went back to the tent early, right when Fish started. And we were laying in the tent, and it's like still hot because it's fucking Tennessee in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like really fucking hot. And I'm just laying in this tent. She's passed out asleep. And I had to listen to Fish for 4 hours.
Are you saying that in a bad way?
Like I was just
you are
ready to kill myself.
Just come out with it.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like hot, sweating. I just want the noise to stop so I can try to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And like finally, you know, like a lot of those jam bands take like those big mid-set breaks.
Yeah.
So like mid-set break happens. I'm like, thank God. So I finally,
and then it just gets weirder second set.
Right. I'm almost asleep. And then all of a sudden, and I'm like, motherfuckers.
Yeah. I love that though, dude.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I've toured to see Fish like different cities multiple days in a row.
That's fucking sweet.
I'll like, yeah.
Do you know the band Whitney?
No.
Okay, so Whitney, let me play a little Whitney for you.
Okay.
Because Whitney kind of has
We're not talking about Whitney Houston, are we?
No. Whitney has a lot of that like jam band vibe to it, but it's like really like narrowed down.
Yeah, like this is something I would listen to nowadays.
Oh, dude, Whitney just
like I was really deep into jam bands for a while, and now I'm more into shit like this, to be honest.
Yeah. Like this, Twin Peaks.
What's Twin Peaks?
So this is like this movie.
Oh, I know this song, dude.
Yeah, Whitney, the best.
Yeah, I know the song.
We did a little bit of a tour to go see Whitney. We've seen him like 4 times in 3 years, and it was like traveling around to go find it.
Nice.
But they're all part of that like Chicago indie rock.
Yeah,
rebirth.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about Spotify? Something I was thinking about. It's like, dude, I'm getting like stuck listening to the same music just because I'm like restricted to I feel I'm restricted to my Spotify homepage.
Right?
And whatever it tells me to listen to.
And now that they're fucking around with it, it's really pissing me off.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Like, meanwhile, you could search literally any music on there, but I'm just like, oh, I listen to this every day this week. I might as well just listen to this again.
It definitely, especially for somebody like you that loves so many types of music.
Yeah.
Like, Spotify, you don't know me. Like, yes, I want to listen to alt 90s pretty much every day.
Honestly, me too, dude. I've been listening to a ton of Smashing Pumpkins, like nonstop. Honestly, I love the Pumpkins. I love shit like that, dude.
It's my old co-host Zach, diehard Pumpkins guy.
Yeah,
like insane.
Mm-hmm.
Never met anybody who loves Pumpkins that much. Like, I feel like Pumpkins.
It's a weird band to be in love with.
It's a weird.
I'm definitely getting there.
Nobody ever says Pumpkins is their favorite band, right?
Mm-hmm.
Zach's like, Pumpkins is my favorite band.
Dude, they kick ass. I love them.
That's awesome.
It's just like those songs are so classic and almost like nostalgic for me at this point. But like, yeah.
Flip the switch, Pat.
Yeah. So I was just telling Josh I want to interview him.
Okay.
So where are you from, Josh?
Yeah. So I'm from Butler, Pennsylvania originally, B-Town.
Mm-hmm.
And I went there. I grew up there, born and raised, kind of Butler kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then went to Robert Morris for film and video.
Okay.
And just kind of been fucking around the city since.
Awesome. What did you do in Butler growing up?
What did I do in Butler? I played hockey.
Mm-hmm. I played hockey as well.
Yeah?
I did.
What school did you go to?
I went to Woodland Hills. We had a team for a couple of years, and then we lost the funding because they gave it all to the football kids, and it's a whole fucking thing. Yeah. But I was nice.
Sit back in your
I
chair.
was nice at hockey, man.
Yeah?
Yes.
What position did you play?
I was a center.
Oh, fucking
I'm
big guy like
big
you.
Scrap. I'm quick too.
Like Jordan Stahl.
You wouldn't think it. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
You wouldn't think it. Soccer was my main sport though.
Left or right-handed?
I'm lefty.
Yeah, with the stick or full left?
I'm right-handed, lefty with the stick.
Fucking rights. You were raised correctly.
Same with the golf club. Lefty as
yes! Well. Oh my god. Okay, so you'll love this. My dad loved golf. That was his favorite sport. And he would always take me when I was a kid. Like, he was destined. He was like, you're going to love golf. You're going to love golf. You're going to love golf. And I didn't hate golf.
Mm-hmm.
The mechanics were similar to hockey, and I could do it, whatever. But we're, like, pretty poor. And so we only had my dad's set of golf clubs to play with. Mm-hmm. So he and I played out of the same bag, like, literally my entire life.
Were you just, like, shortening up on the stick?
Yeah, or, like, you know, whatever. You just adapted,
I love it.
right?
I love it, yeah.
Yeah, it's golf. And so I never thought I was any good at it because my dad had right-handed clubs. So my teammates are like, Josh, you got to come to the driving range. Like, you never come. Like, you got to go. I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
So I go, and I show up with my dad's bag, and I'm hitting right-handed, and they're, like, decent straight down the line hits.
And somebody lets you try a lefty.
And somebody hands me a lefty. They're like, what the fuck are you
knock
doing?
Knock it over the back fence.
It was just incredible. Like, so I was like, hey, can I borrow these? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So I go home and I'm like, hey, old man, you up for 18 this weekend? Is he trying to lose some money? I said, yeah. And, you know, I was like 16, 17 at the time. So I had like $100. I was like, you would put $100 on it. Yeah. And he goes, yeah, okay, sure. So we go out and I played the front nine out of his. Like, I had, like, the golf clubs, like, in the car, right? And it was only a 9, so we played the 9 twice, right? And so, front 9, I play out of his bag. And I go, hey, I got to go to the car. I'll be right back. And I come back, and I strap up the left-handed clubs to the thing. And I was down, like, 2 or 3 strokes. And I said, uh-oh. And I played the back 9 with the lefties that I beat him. It was the first time I ever beat my dad at golf. It was the best.
That's incredible. Yeah, it's just crazy how you, like, don't know things like that until you try it.
Yeah.
Because that you would never expect it. I mean, I imagine you're right-handed too. Then.
Yeah, I'm right-handed.
Yeah. So like, how would you never know?
Well, and like, I don't know. My mom says I was born with a hockey stick in my hand. Like literally, like I had one of the little mini sticks from the drop.
Me too, dude. We used to play floor hockey with those. Yeah, the whole thing.
Well, and we were born in the first hockey boom in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Like our parents liked it because it was cool, and Mario and Yager and Francis and all that other stuff. But because those floor hockey sticks have no curve on them, you just pick it up and start using it how it feels natural, which is your dominant hand on top. Because if you think about it, most of the game you play with the stick in one hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's only rarely do you have two hands on your fucking stick. So what's it make any sense to have your non-dominant hand at the top of the stick?
Yeah, yeah.
It's dumb.
Same. There's a similar thing for like snowboarding or like figuring out your skateboarding stance. Like, if you just stand like straight up, feet perfectly aligned together, and you hop up, it's like, I forget what it is, but your whatever foot is more far out when you land is like supposed to be your front foot. Interesting, huh?
It is interesting.
Similar thing.
Cause I snowboard with my left foot in front, but I skateboard with my right foot in front.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that says.
Well, one of us is lying.
I don't think so, because I can also bat both hands.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
bat. I can.
I
both
can go
hands.
both ways on a snowboard too. So
yeah,
but I don't know. That's just what somebody told me one time.
Because it would make sense. I think my left foot would swing out more if I jump. So I guess snowboarding makes sense. And I didn't really.
My left foot always lands front too, and that's like if I'm skateboarding or snowboarding, that's like pretty much my left is always dominant in the front.
But I feel like I push better with my left foot, so that's why I plant with the right on the skateboard.
No, I push with the right.
Like my right leg.
I
is
like how
stronger.
we have. I like how we're
scraping the floor. Like, how do I do this?
Trying to figure this out.
That was another cool thing I came to late in life was skateboarding.
Mm-hmm.
My wife and I started it together, and we were like religious every fucking week for like a year and a half, and then she like really rolled her fucking ankle trying to drop in, and then we had to like take a break and just never got back to it. One day.
Yeah.
One day. That and surfing.
Yeah, you mean one day you'll get back to it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll come.
I do think, like, legitimately, because she loves, and like they're still there, like they're sitting on our mantle. Like, it's not like they're passive and like they're buried in the basement or anything.
Yeah, they're just there staring at you. Like, you get up to like make some cereal, they're like looking at you.
Yeah, it's like, when are we skating again?
Yeah.
No.
When are you gonna touch me again?
Yeah. They paved our alley last summer, and we like that was like the beginning of the itch that happened, because we could just go down the alley and push and dick around. And
okay, so where do you live now?
I live in Lawrenceville.
Okay.
I've been in Lawrenceville before the boom, mind you.
Okay.
No, but I've been in Lawrenceville for almost 7 years, man.
Wow.
So we're moving to Westview next month, and I'm real bummed about it.
Yeah. Well, you bought a house out there, or
no? Just
slowing down a little.
Need 3 bedrooms, because we're both work from home permanently now.
Okay.
So like we need the space, and 3 bedrooms in Lawrenceville is well over $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
We don't make that good of money.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really bummed. Like thinking about like all of the. Like when you're friends with the owners of your favorite restaurant, coffee shop, you know, like we know, we got married at Spirit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So like we're Lawrenceville kids through and through. Like one of our first dates ever was at Art All Night.
Yeah.
We bought like a piece there that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Like
I've had some dates going back at Art All Night for sure.
Art All Night used to fuck so hard.
They do when it was in Lawrenceville, like before. Then they tried like. Then they tried to switch it to like Station Square, Southside, whatever.
Yeah.
Like all the shows leading up to that one were killer. And then after that, and it just got weird.
In that big fucking abandoned warehouse that was almost a piece of art in itself.
Yeah, oh, it was. Yeah,
so
now
cool.
There's like $1 million condos there or whatever.
Yeah.
But I guess it didn't get weird. It was just they like kept switching the location, and it just didn't have like the same like feel to it every year.
Mm-hmm. Where do you live?
I just moved to Friendship.
So you're living the neighborhood vibe the whole way through.
I am, yeah. I spent, I live, you know where Take a Break is? Mm-hmm. I lived right by Take a Break for 3 years right after college, and then I lived up like, kind of more into Bloomfield for a couple years, and then I just moved to Friendship.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, it's cool. I've been bopping around the little
that's
Bloomfield Friendship area for a while.
Big Nico's recovery room guy then.
I love Nico's. Yeah, my ex-girlfriend lived right next to Nico's, so I've spent some time at Nico's, believe me, good and bad.
If you have never shut down Nico's, are you even a millennial in Pittsburgh?
Oh yeah. Karaoke night, dude. You kidding me?
Yeah, the best.
The best.
The best.
But yeah, what else about you, man?
I don't know, man. I do this.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of like passion project thing that Derek and I started and has really developed into he just took a job in Nashville, but I think both of us ultimately want this to be our
Are
last
you sad
job.
about that? Do you miss him already?
Man, so
I saw him post his post today was funny. He's like already planning trips back or whatever.
So,
Yeah, are you sad?
Man.
Or are you like you're happy for him because he's on to different things, but you're also like, damn, I miss the homie.
So like, how do you go from seeing somebody multiple times a week, talking to them every day, and now they're gonna live in a different city?
Yeah.
That's gonna be really fucking weird. And how does that change our company? How does that change how we run things here?
Mm-hmm.
All yet to be seen. The line we've been going with is that Derek's not moving, we're expanding.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that, and that's kind of what I keep telling myself.
I like that too. I like that a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
We have a Nashville branch now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a good way for you to look at it too, because
Right.
it's not like an end to anything. It's just like, things are changing, and,
Yeah.
and they could be for the better.
Now, did it help that one of my best friends also moved to Anaheim a month ago and took my godkids with him? Fuck no.
Mm-hmm.
And now Derek's moving at the end of this month, and I'm like, can we just fucking break this up a little bit? Like,
Yeah.
what just got done crying over one person leaving? Now I
Yeah.
gotta do this again in a month. So,
Yeah, man. I've something I've really been thinking about a lot is like how people come in and out of our lives for different reasons. And at the end of the day, it's all meant to be, man. It's all meant to happen.
Do you believe that genuinely?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that like a higher power thing, or do you just think that
I think it's just your path. I think it's your destiny, and if you can certainly manifest it if you work hard enough and create your own luck for
Mhm.
things to happen to you. But yeah, I really think it's all meant to happen for a reason. From let's see, even just like what I was telling you about, like my last day at Flower City when I got that
Right.
email. So like shit like that like really puts it in perspective for me. Yeah, I've really been thinking about that a lot.
Okay. No,
So that's what I mean. Like, I don't know about the homie in Anaheim, but like him moving to Nashville, it's like see that as a new opportunity for him to like network down there. I mean,
it's going to be a new opportunity, and there's a lot of things that. So I had a friend that lived in Nashville for a long time, and I still have another friend that lives there. There's a lot of similarities between the cities, for sure. Nashville's not so big that you're lost in it. You know what I mean? That you're just like a blip in a big bucket.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also big enough that like when you start to gather some steam there, you kind of feel it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So should be really cool opportunity for him and for Thoughts from the Bench.
Yeah, you get to go visit too.
Poof. Man, Nash Vegas. Just the best. The best. Nash Vegas.
I love that.
And also Derek's been laughing. Derek's like the pre-show DJ normally when we're all in here together.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's been sliding some country in there every once in a while now. He's
Tight.
like, I'm a big country guy now.
Yeah.
But like there's something about the unapologetic way that everybody sells out into the country fucking vibe when they're down there.
Yeah.
Like you
no
could
doubt.
be the most hardcore city, like gangster rap, whatever, and then you hear like one shit go down in a honky tonk bar, and next thing you know, you're fucking doing line dancing.
I love country music, honestly, man.
Yeah?
Not like necessarily like the pop country, like
Mhm.
pop, but like, dude, I don't know, like Chris Stapleton, I love.
Chris
and
Stapleton,
he fits into that poppy
big
genre,
hockey
kinda.
guy.
Is he?
He's a huge hockey guy.
Okay, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
he played juniors.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Childers, I love.
Okay.
Like those dudes are just so talented. And Chris Stapleton, he wrote for everyone else, did he not?
Yeah. And played guitar and
they're
did
just
a lot
wildly
of stuff.
talented, and like, I don't know, that the vibe is so good to me. But even just like older country music too. I love bluegrass music as well. So I think
Same.
a lot of it comes like out of that.
That's been like the Dead kind of opened that Pandora's box for me, where now like I'm like Billy Strings and Trampled by Turtles.
Dude, Billy Strings is awesome, huh?
You know he's younger than us?
Yeah, he's mad young, yeah.
And like
he's killing it.
The way he sounds though sounds like this old man that's seen everything, and I'm like, oh fucking Billy. It's the best.
Me too, man. Me
fucking
too.
Billy sucks.
He's incredible.
Although,
wildly talented.
you know what? My friend just made a playlist, and it's called Kara and Max's Country Playlist, and it's all 90s and late 80s country.
Wow.
And
Wow.
there's something to be said
There
about
is, yeah.
like fucking honky tonk badonka donk
Yeah.
and like all that like shit when we were kids.
No doubt.
Oh my god.
No doubt.
Especially growing up in
I
Philly.
love like Johnny Cash, John Prine.
Mhm.
I don't know, Dolly Parton obviously is classic.
My wife and I are big drag queen fans.
Okay.
Like RuPaul's Drag Race and like going to drag brunch and that kind of stuff. So like Dolly Parton holds a special place in our heart.
You ever been to Dollyville?
No.
Oh,
so
you got on to Nashville, dude. You're not too far.
So we were in the Great Smoky Mountains 3 years ago.
Smoky Mountains are awesome.
They fuck.
Incredible.
But we were in Gatlinburg and we saw Dolly World and we thought about going, but then we went zorbing instead and have regretted it every day since.
Oh no.
Just
What's zorbing?
Yeah, like zorbing, like the big hamster balls.
Oh, so like where do you do that?
So there
Just
was like
in a field or
yeah, like basically it was a old like ski resort, which I don't know what the fuck a ski resort is doing in Tennessee.
Yeah.
But it was an old ski resort that they now just roll giant balls down.
Wow. Oh, so you go down a hill.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like a snowboard hill.
This is like an episode of MXP, basically.
Exactly. It was. Do you remember the Rocket Power episode where they're in New Zealand?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. So it's been stuck in my brain ever since because Rocket Power they zorbed and I was like, fuck yeah, zorbing sweet. So I always wanted to do it and I was finally able to like. That was the closest zorbing park that I ever knew of. So I was like, I'm finally near it. Like, we're gonna go.
Yeah.
It was fun, but then like
you should have went to Dolly World.
immediately
dude.
after, like we started becoming Dolly fans and we're like, fuck, we fucked up.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
That's cool. That area is so cool, though, dude.
It's beautiful.
Asheville, also North Carolina, is incredible.
We've not been to Asheville.
That's great.
I want to go so
it's
bad.
Great. It's a good little date spot. Yeah, that's like a good little anniversary spot for y'all. I'm just out here trying to plan vacations for you and your wife.
Thank you. We just came back from New River Gorge, actually.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
The Gorge is cool.
The Gorge
I've spent some time there. The Gorge is sick.
Gorge.
I'm going to Hocking Hills, Ohio.
Oh
in
yeah.
2 weeks. You ever been there?
No.
Everyone says it's dope, man. Everyone says it's like the like similar to like Ohio Pile kind of. But
Say no more. I'm
it's
there.
like 4 hours away in Ohio, but yeah, like hiking, waterfalls, shit like that.
That's my goal in life, and we kind of were talking about this weekend, is to retire, be the guy who takes the photos of everybody getting fucked up on the whitewater rafts. Like, what a great retirement gig.
Yeah.
I get to be in the water every day and take pictures of idiots falling in the water.
Yeah. I'll tell you, man, the older I get, the more I just want to be left alone and hang out in the woods.
Same. I'm like,
I'm not even kidding.
There's a UFC fighter that has like a compound in California that like it's invite only to go live there, but he buys your house. He like gives you your house, and then you get to come live in the combine as long as you want.
Wow. See, that's like one step away from a cult though for me.
Oh, it's definitely a cult, but like if it was the right people and you had enough weed, it would be the best fucking cult ever.
It could be cool.
It would be sweet.
It could be cool. Yeah.
Like if you had your own. Like downtown Ohio Pile, just like your own combine right on the river.
That would be awesome.
That would be sweet.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to just like hanging out in the woods though.
Yeah. What are you gonna do when you're out there?
Just hike and hang out in the woods, dude.
Just big hiking. That's it.
Yeah. We haven't really like looked into the plans too much, but that's just like. I'm just in it, dude. I'm trying to walk around the woods. That's all I care about.
Sure. That's I like hiking. I've really taken to whitewater rafting though.
Oh yeah?
That's like the big
I've done that a couple of times, man. Depends on who you go with, I feel.
True.
You know what I mean? You have that one guy who's like not that like athletic or like whatever.
Yeah.
It's like
no,
he might fly out of the boat and then your whole day is twisted around.
No, you got to find your gang for sure. But there's this thing called the Salmon River, okay? And it's in Colorado. And it's like some of the best whitewater in the country. And you can pay to go. But it's a week-long expedition. So you're in the water the entire time.
You camp on like the beach.
And you camping on the beach and shit.
Cool.
And I've just been like, I saw a mini documentary about it, and I was like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want to go do that.
Yeah, that's awesome. My boy's hiking the Grand Canyon right now.
No way.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah, he's been hiking from like basically the border, Mexican border, like all the way up to like towards Colorado.
Wow. How long is it going to take him?
He's almost done, but he's been out there for like 2 months. Yeah, he's crazy.
All backcountry?
I forget what the trail is, but it's like a pretty big trail.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's been like posting updates and stuff. It's so cool. And I've been on a few trips with him, like camping trips. He's about the life.
What's your?
He did Pittsburgh to DC on a bike by himself.
Oh yeah,
in
the
4
Gap.
days. Yeah, he did the whole Gap by himself, which is awesome. What were you gonna say?
What's your favorite place you've been to this point that's like outdoorsy?
My parents have a cabin near Clarion in like Cook Forest, it's called.
Fuck yeah.
So the woods there are like really near and dear to me. But I've done like some backcountry camping in Colorado. It's been pretty nuts.
No way.
Yeah.
Like whereabouts roughly?
About right around Vail.
Okay.
Probably about an hour south from Vail. Yeah, you can get pretty out there.
That's pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So far, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Do I have any more questions for you?
I don't know. Do you?
I think I'm good. I really just wanted to know where you're from and all that. So
Yeah, man. I basically I grew up.
Like, what do you do on a Friday night in Butler? Like, did you have a truck?
Ghost
like,
Riders.
come on,
No.
tell me.
Man,
You had
Friday
a
night,
truck? Like, you go to like get ice cream and shit?
it was like field parties.
Yeah.
I mean,
Field
that was
parties, bonfires and kegs and shit.
Yeah. That was pretty much it. And then I had like, cause I had my big group when that was like what we did, and then like I also had my like 2 best friends that were like stay in and fucking play Halo and hit each other in the back of the head when somebody was screen peeking. Like
Yeah.
those were the 2.
I think we all had a good mixture like that.
Right, that was the best.
That's cool though, man.
But yeah, no, I just my entire life until I was 18 years old, I thought I was gonna be in hockey, and then we were eliminated from the playoffs. And like my coach wanted me to go try out for some USHL teams, and like I had like a Robert Morris scout interested in me and like some stuff like that, and I was like debating if I even wanted to keep playing. And I was in TV classes, and I remember coming into the studio, and Mr. Robbins like looked at me, and he's like, "What's your deal today? Like you're real low." And I'm like, "I just like hockey's over, and like I don't think I want to keep doing this." He's like, "Well, you could do this for a living." And we were sitting in the studio, and he like gestured around the room, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, this is a career. Like you could do this. And I was like, "Oh, well, let's do that."
Yeah. Yeah.
And just didn't look back.
Yeah. So all in one day, your hopes and dreams were crushed and then reignited.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
I love it. Yeah. I always thought I was gonna like play in the MLS or something, to be honest.
Right.
Because I also had like offers from Pitt and stuff to play soccer, and they wanted me to go to Greensburg, and I just didn't want to like move away from the city. Like they wanted me to go to Greensburg for 2 years and then transfer to Maine.
Right.
And I like always felt I was good enough to play professionally. But yeah, I didn't want to leave Pittsburgh. So even though it's just Greensburg, that was like too far for me.
It is not Pittsburgh though. Greensburg is not Pittsburgh.
No, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially growing up in Woody Hills. I mean, you're living in the city. Like you're running around the strip as a kid.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were. Yeah.
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 That's super cool.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
So I don't know. Opportunities lost, opportunities gained. You know.
It's awesome.
Promises made, promises delivered.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, but you found your way.
I found my way.
That's awesome. Pat, what last pieces of advice do you have to dump on the Great Depression audience?
I like what you guys are doing. Or I have some advice for you first.
Sweet.
Maybe. I
Yeah.
like what you're doing, and
Awesome.
I can see you're very passionate about it, and I hope you keep doing it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
We're
And I hope you continue to get more and more guests that are into it.
yeah, this is we're 3 years deep on Thoughts from the Bench, and we've had a million iterations, and I think we finally have kind of found what we're doing, and it's stuck. And a Great Depression will be episode 14.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a good number
Awesome.
for you?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Cool.
As far as other advice, let me just maybe I'll give some advice that my mom would say.
Okay.
She would say, Patrick, one day at a time.
Love that. I love that. All right.
So yeah, take it one day at a time.
Perfect. Well, this has been a great depression. Thank you, Patrick Bruner, for
thanks,
joining
Josh.
us. Bankrupt Bodega. Bankrupt Bodega. We could do like a Jersey Shore themed night. Yes.
Yeah.
Bankrupt Bodega. We'll make sure all the links are available everywhere, so you can go buy a film, buy some cool clothes, get it all developed there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are at 4120 Main Street in Bloomfield. It's right by the corner of Penn and Main.
Mm-hmm.
Right up the street from the brand new Trace Brewery. Right next to Tina's. There's a cute little bar there. So, yeah, we're open Wednesday to Sunday. So, yeah.
And the Thoughts from the Bench favorite, Cobra.
Yes. Oh, Cobra. Yeah, how could I forget
We're
Cobra?
big Cobra guys.
Oh, yeah? Dude, I haven't been since I was there a couple of times like when they first opened.
Yeah.
But since the Pandy, I haven't.
The Pandy. All right. This has been a great depression, Pat. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks,
Remember, we are now in your brains.
Decide send us the woo. Woo, what's it? That's an argument.